turn this way.
Maybe I should go back a little bit more, more space. Put the Vyasa back. Put his back.
Is it okay like this?
That's good, yeah. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Janna Vallabha Girivardhari Gopi Janna Gopi Janna Vallabha Girivardhari Gopi Janna Vallabha Girivardhari Yashodanandana Praja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Praja Jana Ranjana Yamunati Ravanachari Yamunati Ravanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Janna Vallabha Girivardhari Gopi Janna Vallabha Girivardhari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamunati Ravanachari Yamunati Ravanachari Yamunati Ravanachari Antaraj Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai, Prabhupada ki jai, Samaveda Bhaktivedanta ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanandi. So I'm going to say Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Then you repeat after me, yeah? Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So today reading from Bhagavad Gita as it is. Chapter 2, contents of the Gita summarized, text number 38. Sukha dukkha samakitva labdyato jajayayo. Are you all familiar with Sanskrit? You know Sanskrit? You can repeat or it's difficult? You know how to do it? I'll do it myself otherwise. Okay. Sukha dukkha samakritva labhyato jayayo tato yado yajasva neva papa avasasi sukha dukkha samakritva labhyato jayayo tato yadyo yayasva neva papam avasasi sukha dukkha samakritva labhyayo jayayo tato yadva yayasva naiva papam avasasi. You want to repeat? Okay. Okay. I do the word for word. Then you can. I said the Sanskrit, you said Sanskrit after me. Then you said English, you said English after me. So we can learn the verse. Okay. I mean, there's a. Okay. So, Sukha, happiness, dukkha and distress, sama, inequality, being equal, inequality, kritva, doing so, labdha abhavo, both in profit and loss. Jaya ajayo, both victory and defeat. Tata, thereafter. Yadaya, for the sake of fighting. Yajusva, engage, fight. Na, never. Evam, in this way. Papam, simple reactions. Avyapasasi, you will gain. So Srila Prabhupada translated in purport. Do thou fight for the sake of fighting without considering happiness or distress, loss or gain, victory or defeat, and by so doing you shall never incur sin. Srila Prabhupada's purport. Lord Krishna now directly says that Arjuna should fight for the sake of fighting because he desires the battle. There is no consideration of happiness or distress, profit or loss in a victory or defeat in the activities of Krishna consciousness. That everything should be performed for the sake of Krishna is transcendental consciousness. So there is no reaction to material activities. He who acts for his own sense gratification, either in goodness or passion, is subject to the reactions, good or bad. But he who has completely surrendered himself in the activities of Krishna consciousness is no longer obliged to anyone, nor is he a debtor to anyone. As one is in the ordinary course of activity, it is said, Devashi putapna ninam pitranam naking karo naitim narajan savatra manaya saranam saranyam gato mukundam pariyarikataram. Anyone who has completely surrendered unto Krishna, Mukunda, giving up all other duties, is no longer a debtor, nor is he obliged to anyone, nor the demigods, nor sages, nor people in general, nor kinsmen, not humanity, nor forefathers. Bhagavatam 11.541. That is an indirect hint given by Krishna to Arjuna in this verse. And the matter will be more clearly explained in the following verse. Oma gyanti mandasya gana gana salakaya chaksur minitamina tasmai shri guruve namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitamena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namane Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Prachayane Nivishesha Shunivadi Pasta Chayastayane Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadada Sivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So in this material world, as soon as one takes birth, one is obliged to so many things, to family, country, society, how much implications are there. But as soon as one surrenders to Krishna, then all these obligations become clean slate. Because Krishna is the Supreme Lord, and example can be given just like if you're serving a government in any country, they'll look after you personally. They'll take special care of you. Although government is taking care of everybody, but if you're serving personally, they'll give you special attention. The same way, what to say if you're serving the Supreme Lord, who's the king? He's creating so many kings and governments, so many, not just this universe, in millions of universes. So if you're serving him, how much he'll take care of you? Right? And we can see in practical history how those who did surrender to Krishna, generally you never see them as beggars on the street. They're looked after personally. Somehow the Krishna looks after them. Because of Kali Yuga, many cheaters have come up now. So in the guise of becoming sadhus, they cheat people. But if you go by the line of disciplic succession of spiritual masters, and you follow those teachings, you'll find Krishna looks after the devotees. In this lecture, Srila Prabhupada was saying how he gave a Bengali proverb. I couldn't recite the Bengali proverb, I can say the English. Example was given just like a girl is learned how to dance on the stage. But when her friends and relatives come, she's hesitant to dance, she's shy. So, for a Kshatriya is someone who's a fighter, who protects society. For him not to fight is violence. On a proper, it is a proper course to fight. He should fight. So, some people have a mistaken idea that Krishna is promoting violence. In Bhagavad Gita, he's promoting people to they take him the other way around. And they don't understand who Krishna is. But they think that Krishna is promoting killing. But actually, Krishna is actually giving the Bhagavad Gita to uplift the whole universe. To get people to understand who they really are. That they're not the body, they're soul. So, for that cause, Krishna had the battle of Kurukshetra happen, because demoniac forces had entered the world, and these were powerful demons, and they were not allowing spirituality to manifest in the world. They were actually causing big disturbance to the great sages, the devotees, and they wanted to kill all these people off. Like the example can be given, just like Kamsa was ruling the world. And it came to a point where when Krishna killed his demons who were following Kamsa, he killed them all off. So in the arena of fighting, Krishna killed the bodyguards of Kamsa. Krishna Balaram killed the bodyguards. They were fighters. He killed them all off. So then Krishna was dancing with his cowherd boys. He was playing and dancing and fighting and having a good time. So Kamsa could not digest that. He told Krishna, he told his bodyguards, capture Nandan and Vasudev and kill them. And kill Ugrasena. So Krishna cannot tolerate offenses to his devotees. So Krishna jumped on the dice of Kamsa. The dice was quite high. He just jumped and he grabbed Kamsa by the hand, he pulled him down. And he started dragging Kamsa and he started punching him. In this way, Kamsa died. So, this is one example to show how Krishna protects his devotees. The Bhagavad Gita was spoken to not just to Arjuna but to everybody in the world. Anyone who follows Bhagavad Gita teachings in a line of parampara, they will get Krishna's protection. He said even if someone is not trying to be a very advanced person, but just trying, if he reads Bhagavad Gita every day, he'll go to Dhruva Loka, where pious people enter. So Dhruva Loka is a Vaikuntha plant in the material world which never gets destroyed. So those who read Bhagavad Gita daily, they go to Dhruva Loka. So see how merciful Krishna is. So so one could ask the question that Krishna was present when Arjuna was given the Bhagavad Gita, but he's no more present now, so how can we get in touch with his teachings? So Prabhupada gives answer. He says, if one reads Bhagavad Gita as it is, and he follows those teachings and he takes guidance from the devotees, then it's like direct guidance of Krishna. So, it says in Chaitanya Bhagavat that there are always 4 manifestations of the Lord manifest in the world at all times. So that's the Srimad Bhagavatam, Ganga, Tulsi, Vaishnavas, so Ganga, Tulsi, Vaishnavas, so according to Lord Chaitanya's teachings in his prayers to Swami Bhattacharya, he recited 100 prayers glorifying Lord Chaitanya. He said in his prayers that if one serves the Vaishnavas and chants the holy name, then connection to Krishna will come very quickly. So when you speak of Krishna, Krishna is not alone. He's with his devotees. Just like a government, when it travels anywhere, they're never alone. They go with their entourage. So Krishna is always with his entourage. And if we keep in touch with the Krishna consciousness movement, and we keep read the books, we chant holy name, according to the level of surrender, Prabhupada gave a minimum standard of 16 rounds. So we should build up, practice chanting on the beads. If you're not doing 16, start with 2 rounds, 3 rounds, build up to 16 slowly. And occasionally come for the morning program, Mangal Arti, get to know the lifestyle. And then in this way you feel the presence of Krishna more and more. So Krishna comes personally when there's too much disturbance. He comes personally when the demons are too powerful. He comes to actually kill them. But in Kali Yuga, all the demons are small. They're not very powerful. So Krishna has come through the holy name. And Krishna doesn't have to personally come to kill the demons. He can do it through his energies. But the main purpose of Krishna's coming is to benefit us as humans. He's coming to manifest his pastimes, to attract us back to him. That's the main purpose why Krishna comes. And then he sends all these advanced devotees to guide us on the way. So either Krishna comes himself or he sends his representatives to guide us. And so in the Kali Yuga, we are very fortunate, although things are very bad. He says in Kali Yuga, people's lifespan is short, the memory is short, they're unfortunate, misguided, and unlucky. But although these things are there, but it's a most fortunate age. Because simply by chanting the holy name and serving the Vaishnavas, one can go back to Godhead very quick. The other ages, you could not do that. Like he said, in Satyayuga, people live for 100,000 years. So they did 60,000 years meditation. In a Tretayuga, people live for 10,000 years. They did big sacrifices. In Dwapara, people did deity worship, elaborate deity worship. And they lived for 1,000 years. So you can see in Kali Yuga, now we 5,000 years past in Kali Yuga. People living for 100 years max. Even that is not there. Maybe 60, 70. So in this very short lifespan, if one takes to Krishna consciousness, although it could be a little difficult because of our conditioned nature, if we just persevere to practice it, learning from the devotees, take chanting Hare Krishna, offer our food to Krishna, see to the eyes of scriptures. In this very short lifespan, even in your very life, you're connecting with Krishna. And then when you leave your body, you go back to Krishna. So that's the blessing of this Kali Yuga. That's why Vyasadeva, he glorified Kali Yuga. He said, all glories to Kali Yuga. They were asked, the sages were asking Vyasadeva, why are you glorifying Kali Yuga? It's just about time. But Vyasadeva glorified Kali Yuga because in this age, if people take to chanting holy name and they take sadhu sangha, they go back to Godhead very quick. So the first thing in Krishna consciousness is realize that you are not this body. Unless you understand you are not this body, it will be hard to take to Krishna consciousness. This is why coming to the morning program is important. You get to understand. Early hours in the morning are very important. And then hearing from the devotees. So just like Mahatma Prabhu, he gave a talk on Sunday. He's one of our leaders. He gave a talk. He was saying how one should not criticize the scriptures. It's an offense to the holy name. Because there are 10 offenses to the holy name. And it says, the scriptures ultimately glorifying chanting of the holy name. All this knowledge in the scriptures is there to help us connect to Krishna through the holy name. So, it says there is 3 lines of authority one should follow: Guru, Sadhu, Shastra. So, one should not follow the mind. The mind will degrade you. If you follow Guru, Sadhu, Shastra, that will uplift your consciousness. And one should take on the mood of Arjuna. When Arjuna had Bhagavad Gita, he was very open to follow Krishna's instruction. So if one follows Krishna's instruction directly, like Arjuna, then he can overcome depression also. Because the reason why we suffer in this world is because we identify with the body. As soon as we understand we are not the body, we soul, we get so much relief from suffering. Just like there was an example in America, in New York, J. Advaita Maharaj, he was giving a talk, and his fat lady was there. And she didn't like her fat body. She said, I can't handle having such a body like this. But then, when she heard she's not the body, she felt happy. She understood, at least I'm not the body. She felt a big relief. So just imagine understanding you're not the body, how much relief you have. But the other thing is, understanding you're not the body is not enough. You have to understand who is Krishna. Because if you just understand you're not the body, and you just meditate on energy, you go to the Brahman. Brahman won't give you happiness. Example can be given, just like if you're sitting in a chair by yourself in a room, you may feel some peace and happiness. How long can you sit in a chair for? Because we are social beings. We have to have association. So the high understanding is we have to connect to Krishna. So once you connect to Krishna and the devotees, then you feel the real happiness. So, so this Krishna consciousness movement is going on for millions of years. Prabhupada says in 4th chapter of Bhagavad Gita that Krishna spoke the Bhagavad Gita to the sun god 120 million years ago. So the Bhagavad Gita was lost. So Krishna re-spoke it again 5,000 years back. And he re-established disciplic succession. So the teachings of scriptures never change. They always remain the same. So Prabhupada gave arguments to this point. He said, people have different faiths, Christian, Islam, Hinduism, different faiths. But you can see in all the faiths, birth, death, old age, disease. Same, there's no difference. Everyone goes through it. And everyone is serving. So the real religion is serving Krishna. And the example is given, Sanatana, the word dharma, it doesn't mean, doesn't designate any religion. It actually means your constitutional position. So Sanatana Dharma, your eternal constitutional position. So the word dharma, example is given like sugar, you can't separate sweetness from sugar. You cannot separate saltiness from salt. You cannot separate water from wetness. So the continuous position of living entity that he's a servant. So Prabhupada says in his lectures, he says, if you don't serve Krishna, then you end up serving society, family, nationalism. And if you have no one to serve, you end up serving dog and cat. But the position of servant is there. You can't avoid being a servant. But the only difference is, when you serve Krishna and a devotee, you feel happiness, you feel upliftment. Because that's our true nature as eternal servants of Krishna. We are Sachin Ananda Vigraha. We are eternal, full of knowledge and bliss. The material body we have now is temporary, is full of ignorance, and is full of misery. So, even in this world, if we connect to Krishna, then even the body we have become spiritualized. The material things don't affect us. Because in the teachings of Lord Chaitanya, Prabhupada makes a comment. He says, you see this picture behind you, the picture of Mahavishnu is there, creating the material world. So, the three, Mahavishnu, Gaudiya Krishna, Shri Vishnu, they're in charge of the material world. So they're doing the material creation. Krishna has nothing to do with the material creation. He's in the spiritual world. So once you connect to Krishna, then Krishna takes direct charge of you. So by surrendering to Krishna, then you're no more part of the material world. So Prabhupada explains how to do that. He says, one should avoid impermanent things and connect to permanent things. Avoid bad association, keep good association. In this way, one will become closer to Krishna. And Prabhupada told one of the devotees, he had a conversation with, his name is Brahma Tirtha now. He was a Peace Corps worker in India. His name was Bob earlier, but he became Prabhupada's disciple, Brahma Tirtha. So Prabhupada had conversations with him, and he wrote a book, Perfect Questions, Perfect Answers. By that time, Brahma Tirtha Prabhu, he told Prabhupada, I cannot live like you monks, I'm married, I have responsibility. So Prabhupada gave these instructions to him. He said, you keep good association, avoid bad association. You regularly come and associate with the monks, read my books, and in this way things will become clear to you. So this is how you do it. Krishna consciousness science is open for everybody. And so you can see in the material world, everyone is looking for love and care. Everyone, when Prabhupada started the Hare Krishna movement, he gave love and care to the hippies. In this way, they became devotees. Jai Shri Radha Gokulananda ki jai. And in this way, they became devotees and they became Prabhupada's followers. So, just imagine, all of you, if you had a friend who was a multi-billionaire, by the click of his fingers, all your problems are gone. Who would not like to have a friend like that? Isn't it? That friend is Krishna. So Prabhupada said in one of his lectures in teaching of Queen Kunti, he said, someone is thinking, I'm father, I'm mother. But Prabhupada said, no, Krishna is the father and mother for everybody. He's saying in Bhagavad Gita, Aham bija parira pita, that it is from me that all living entities are coming. So Prabhupada explained this point. He said, someone is thinking, I'm mother, I'm father. But Prabhupada said, we all just dancing like monkeys. But ultimately, Krishna is the father and mother for everybody. But the thing is, we have to realize the material world is governed by three modes of nature: goodness, passion, ignorance. And there's three kinds of miseries in this world: body and mind, other living entities, and natural disturbances. So we have to learn this science through reading Prabhupada's books. And if we take to this chanting of Hare Krishna and serve the devotees who are practicing Krishna consciousness, we'll become able to not be affected by Maya. So, in the teaching of Queen Kunti, Prabhupada explains further, he says, Maya is like Krishna's police agent. And she won't allow anyone to disturb Krishna unnecessarily. So she's got two potencies. Initially, when someone turns to Krishna consciousness, Maya will test them to see how serious they are. If they're serious, then she will allow them to serve Krishna. But if someone is coming to disturb Krishna, then Maya's got two potencies. She's got a covering potency and throwing potency. So, in the temples of the Hare Krishna movement, we maintain our purity by following what Prabhupada has given in his books. And we maintain the standard of sadhana bhakti, rising early in the morning, chanting 16 rounds, having classes, discussing the teachings. Also we read the books, we hear Prabhupada lectures. In this way we maintain purity. So by that, we get a clear understanding on how to be close to Krishna. Because Prabhupada said in one of his conversations, he said, I have my plan, you have your plan, and Krishna has his plan. So we can see Prabhupada said modern civilization will last 50 years. He said that in 1973. So we can see modern civilization where it's going now. Everything is breaking down. So, in the teachings of Queen Kunti lectures, at the end, Prabhupada is explaining how Krishna has nothing to do with the material world. He's in the spiritual world, in Goloka Vrindavan. But when there's too much disturbance is happening in the material world, where different parties are causing disturbance, Krishna arranges these parties to fight amongst each other. And this way, he gets rid of the unwanted progeny. Because the whole purpose of Krishna's coming 5,000 years ago, by his example he showed the protection of cows, protection of children, women and old people. We see modern society, that's not happening. They're doing the opposite. They're killing cows, they're not protecting women, they're not protecting old people, they're not exporting children. Abortions and like that. So we can see they're doing the opposite. So this period now which is coming in because of Lord Chaitanya coming 500 years back, because in the Kali Yuga, this is Maha Kali Yuga. In this Kali Yuga, there's a 10,000 gap of golden age. So within this time period now, we are in 5,000 mourning period of Kali Yuga. So there'll be a golden age manifesting where anyone who takes to this Krishna consciousness will not feel the effects of Kali Yuga. Because Lord Chaitanya is known as, he says Lord Ram is known as Mariya Purushottam. He came to teach everyone how to be a leader. Krishna is known as Purna Purushottam. He showed how he is God. He taught by his example, he showed how he is the Supreme Lord. And Lord Chaitanya is known as Prema Purushottam. He's giving Krishna Prema to everybody. So, although this is difficult times on Kali Yuga, but if you take this Krishna consciousness, you get the highest gift, which you would not get in other ages. Because in other ages, people could not take to chanting Hare Krishna. 11th canto of Bhagavatam explains, in Satyayuga people were thinking, better to go to Himalayas and do austerities. Chanting holy name can't achieve perfection. How is it possible by moving lips and tongue you can achieve perfection? People have too much pride in Satyayuga. This is why Lord Chaitanya appears in Kali Yuga. Because people's pride is crushed. Short-lived, unlucky, unfortunate, misguided. So they have nothing to go for. So, although holy name is present in all the ages, but especially in this age, is easy to take to. So although all of you have taken birth in these difficult times, but if you take to this Krishna consciousness, you can achieve the highest goal very quickly. And the human form of life is gotten after 8,400,000 species. So civilized human form is gotten after, is even amongst the 400,000, is only a few, rare few who are civilized. So, but Lord Chaitanya is so merciful, He's giving Krishna consciousness to everybody, no discrimination. So Lord Chaitanya went to the forest Jharikhanda in central India. He made all the wild animals chant Hare Krishna. Elephants, tigers, deers, birds, they all chanted with him. So Lord Chaitanya, He's showing by His example that you take to this Krishna consciousness, you can overcome all suffering. So, in the time of Lord Chaitanya, there was one person, he had leprosy. In previous times, you couldn't cure leprosy. People had to go to isolation. So this was a devotee of Krishna, he had leprosy. So he went to one devotee, Vasudev, who Lord Chaitanya came to his house. And when that devotee came, Lord Chaitanya went, he left. So that devotee had leprosy, he was in so much separation. He was thinking, I lost my good fortune. What's the point of me living? So Lord Chaitanya, being everyone's heart, He's Krishna Himself. So He reappeared again, He embraced that devotee, and the leprosy disappeared. And that devotee had a beautiful body after that. So he was lamenting, how am I going to remain humble now? The Lord Chaitanya told him, chant Hare Krishna. In this way you remain humble. So the Vaishnavas chant Hare Krishna. So this is the, so he says, anyone who takes to Lord Chaitanya's teachings, they'll be entering a ship which is sailing throughout Kali Yuga. And if you're longer on the ship of Lord Chaitanya, you will not be affected by Kali Yuga. And the only thing you have to go deep into understanding that you're not this body, and take to this chanting of Hare Krishna. And associate with the devotees, get familiar with the temple lifestyle, because this is the real path. The temples are like, these temples of Hare Krishna are like the foundation how you enter the spiritual world. This is like a training ground. You get trained here to enter the spiritual world. And so in this way, and there's more books coming out, like this one came out, Prabhupada Nuga book came out recently. It's all based on Prabhupada's letters, explaining everything about how ISKCON is functioning, different letters on different topics for the devotees, even for the those who are practitioners. Everything is given in these letters. Prabhupada has given, simplified everything. So we just have to get familiar with his teachings and take to the practice. So Prabhupada said, you can achieve Krishna consciousness in 1 second, or you can take millions of lifetimes. So it's up to us how much we are ready to take to it. Any comments or questions? Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Bhagavad Gita ki jai. Hare Krishna. Just put this in the corner there.
Where to keep? Okay, for you. Tanishk. Oh, sorry.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada ki jai, Ananda Koti Vaishnavrinda ki jai, Namajarya Srila Haridas Thakur ki jai, Prince Gaur Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktivedanta ki jai, Sri Radha Krishna Gaur Govinath Sam Kunda Radha Kunda Girijavardhan ki jai, Vrindavan Dham ki jai, Navadvip Dham ki jai, Ganga Mai ki jai, Jamuna Mai ki jai, Tulsi Devi ki jai, Bhakti Devi ki jai, Swami Bhaktivedanta ki jai. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. Thank you very much. Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Juta Padakamalam Sri Gurum Vaishnava Vangscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanitang Tang Sajivam Sadaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Sri Vishakha Nitansam Bhajasi Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda.
Hare Krishna.
Bhajasi Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda.
Hare Krishna.
Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Yeah. Welcome everybody to Bhaktivedanta Manor. Very happy to have you here this evening. So very soon we will be starting with the Gaura Aarti this evening, our 7 o'clock Aarti. But before we do that, I thought we have few minutes and I'll make a quick announcement now and I'll continue this announcement after the Aarti. So there is a very auspicious day coming on 7th of September. It's the day of Bhadra Purnima. It only comes once a year. And in one of our scriptures, Srimad Bhagavatam, it is mentioned that on this day, if somebody takes a set of Srimad Bhagavatam, which is behind you, as you can see, next to Srila Prabhupada, there are all those books. They come in 18 books and 12 canto. The reason 12 canto, because each canto represents a part of the body of the Lord. So that is why it is a complete set, and it is also considered the highest object of Vastu you can have in your home. So no negative energy comes when you have Bhagavatam. But more importantly, when you read the book, Bhagavatam says, Nasta prayeshu bhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavatir uttama shloke bhaktir bhavati naishtiki. That means by the regular attendance about hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, whatever dirt we have collected in our heart, it gets completely clean through Srimad Bhagavatam. So it is a great occasion, and Bhagavatam says in the 12th canto, 13th chapter, 13th verse, if on this particular day, which is coming on 7th of September, if you place the Bhagavatam on a golden throne and you give it as a gift to your family members, just by gifting it, Bhagavatam is saying you're going to attain spiritual destination. What that spiritual destination means? No birth, no death, no old age, and no disease. Do any of us like these? Apart from birth, one can say, okay, I like it, but there is a whole mystery behind birth too. But would anybody likes to have a death? Put your hand up. No, right? Old age? No, we don't. Disease, definitely not. So we have a great opportunity by sharing Bhagavatam with our family members on the day. We can actually attain transcendental destination. So when anyone takes a Bhagavatam, we also offer a wonderful opportunity. If you like, we can come to your house and we do a ceremony. We sit down with your family and we do the Aarti of Srimad Bhagavatam. You can offer some flowers, fruits. We do Kirtan because you're taking the Lord in the form of Srimad Bhagavatam in your home. And that's why we come to your house and we do this beautiful ceremony. And on this particular weekend, which is a bank holiday weekend, we have a beautiful deity of Lord Jagannath and Krishna together with a flute, which we are offering complimentary, free with the entire set of Bhagavatam. And if there are children in your family, we're also offering a very nice book. Although Bhagavatam can also be read by children, because there's Prahlad Maharaj, Dhruv Maharaj, children can learn so much. But we are offering an exclusive book, which comes from the Bhagavatam stories called Bhagavatam.